Hello YouTubers, hello Dune Awakening players, welcome back. Doretis here. Well, as you can see, I have gone and made a nice little base. This is my first serious base. The last one was more utilitarian, but this one I plan on living here for a little while, so gotta make it nice. And so what I ended up doing is I did a few things. I ended up putting lighting in. I ended up putting these garage doors here where you can go and you can set them so you can see under manage. Uh, you can close automatic or disable, so I decided to disable them, and then that makes it so that I can use them as oversized windows. But then you just fall through, you can just jump right through, right? And so in order to stop falling through, that's why all this couch is here. And I put this symbol because there's like that green or that purple 3 that pops up, so I ended up with this unit here, and then I got this couch, and that's kind of how I blocked it all off. But I'll go through all the parts and kind of how I made it. um, let's take a quick look at the overall look from it outside, right? So you can see there's a rock face right there. And I like that nice natural rock face. And then we have the actual place. So you can see it's got a angled up area there. We're gonna go for a quick drive and I'll show you what it looks like from the road. Yeah, so there's what it looks like right now with the lights and that front room. And then I've got the wedge foundation because the wedge looks way better than the blocks. So I ended up making that wedge kind of look. And then you can see the back wall, and there's a basement there. Those are the windows to the basement. But I like it. It's kind of smooth. It doesn't just kind of sticks out. And then it has that roof top one, which is kind of set back to the one side. And we've got the door downstairs. You can see the door downstairs there. And we'll go to Piece Picker. Then that kind of shows the parts, just the outline of each of the parts. So with the wall, you can also see the size of the cube. So this is my lot, if you will. You can see it kind of ends at that wall right there. So it's right here, it goes up to this corner, through this wall, and then down here. And I was thinking about putting a little shelter right here for people for the storm. So I might do that. But yeah, this is the lot. And so I used a 1.5 wall in order to get the height. That's the main thing you'll notice here. Usually this is the height right here, which is pretty low, right? But then when I was putting in the second floor on my last place, or just having like the main place, you can see that the roof is so much higher here. It's basically a 1.5, and I just found that that was the level that I liked, even for my main floor. So that's why I did that here. So it's 1.5 all the way through. These are the big bricks all the way across, then onto a Paladin Palace window and the angled roof for the Chome set, the Chome
Sector weather
facility
alert. A large
observer
sandstorm is approaching.
floor. Then over there is the Chome facility floor. And so I used mainly the Chome facility set. And over here you can see that is actually just the floor unit, whereas that one is the the big square. So you can see the difference between the two units. That's the shows the roof for the basement, right? So that's why the basement room is there. But then I have the big square here, so forth and so on. You can see here that I have the staircase. So the staircase is so basically 3 units over to the staircase, and then I've got the garage is offset to the one side, I think. Yeah, right there. So, but because it goes over to this area, it feels like it's open, right? And the staircase is a 45-degree and then a whatever this is degree in order to get up here. And I use this half triangle wall top left. So it's kind of interesting. Like when you come running up here, it just kind of levels out. You end up on the floor. So I do like it. It's actually not bad having that angle. And I did the same up here in order to get up
sandstorm is approaching.
to the roof. You can see the roof pieces. We use the roof cover left, right? Where is it? Oh, it's coming from that direction. Anyway, and up here we have the Kaladin Palace ceiling, along with the Kaladin wall panel and the Chom side table, Chom bed. I bought that. Well, I made the bed. I'm not sure if you can just buy these parts, or if you have to make them, or if you don't get access to them at all because they might be like an upgrade. So, I'm not sure exactly how that works, but you'll have to figure that one out if you want them. And so what I did is I put weapons over here, and then I've got armor here, then I've got tools and stuff going to the auction house. Then over here I have just parts for the vehicle, got water, and up here we have all the extractors, and then we have a recycler. So this floor, how it's made, the Chom wall 2, and it's all basically the same stuff. You can see this is the floor here from downstairs. Same kind of layout. The only real difference, so the only two tricky areas, I guess, would be like this one here, so the rounded window 2, and the rounded roof with the rounded floor, and then how it ended up blending in was over here. You can see it right there. And then you have this one here. And then we use the roof cover left in order to fill that space. And I put these there just for style, like just for something. I probably don't need this one. So demolish it. But it does cover up that one kind of blemish, but I think overall it's probably better if it's just open like that. So then the other one that's kind of complicated would be right here. This one. It is the rounded foundation, but then down here what do you do? Well, you've got the rounded inward floor, and there's one for the top, one for the bottom, in order to clip that on. And in order to make the front wall, I needed the ramp, and then this is actually a floor because there's another ramp underneath here in order to finish it off. And then these are the foundation pieces. Well, these foundation pieces are what everything is kind of attached to in order to get that wedge at the front, right? I like it. It looks good. That's my base. And thanks for liking and subscribing, and come back for more. Dune, base building, and just fun, excitement. Dune action. You'll be able to check out my next Dune base, which is going to be in a different spot. And hopefully I'll get an ornithopter, and then I'll have to put, you know, somewhere for the ornithopter to park, land. So it'll be interesting to see how I can work this base into, or this design into more of a mid or end game base